Why does this sound different from this? The main difference comes down to beating. Beating is the name for those tremolo-like fluctuations or pulses of volume getting louder and softer. Let's distinguish between two different kinds of beating. Number 1, direct beating. The audible tremolo caused by two sine waves that are very close together in frequency. Here's one sine wave at 500 Hz and another at 502 Hz. When played together, they sound more like one note with a tremolo effect than two distinct notes. This direct beating occurs exactly 2 times a second, the difference between the frequencies of our two sine waves. This is known as the difference tone generated by these two sine waves. Notice that as we make the difference tone faster by widening the distance between our two sine waves, we can hear the direct beating go faster and faster until it gradually disappears. Now it sounds less like one note that's beating and more like two distinct notes. This leads us to number 2, indirect beating. The audible tremolo caused not by two sine waves, but by a difference tone that's close in frequency to either a sine wave or another difference tone. To explain more concretely, here are sine waves at 400 Hz, 502 Hz, and 600 Hz. Now let's consider the difference tones produced by every pair of these notes. They're all far too fast to notice as direct beating. But if we play all 3 notes together, we still end up hearing beating. How can this be? If we look back to our list of difference tones for this chord, we have difference tones at 102 Hz and 98 Hz. These will also cause their own difference tone of 4 Hz, which is what we're hearing. This explains why we can't hear the beating until all 3 notes are played simultaneously. No single pair of notes is enough to generate both the 102 Hz and the 98 Hz difference tones simultaneously on their own. Why does this distinction matter? Modifying each type of beating to your taste requires different approaches and depends on your instrument's timbre. In general, prominent overtones will be the source of most direct beating, and indirect beating tends to be more noticeable with mellow sine wave-like timbres. For example, maybe you're really happy with 19 EDO except for those wobbly fifths with noticeable beating. Now we can ask ourselves, what kind of beating is this, direct or indirect? In this case, you're probably hearing the direct beating caused by the second harmonic of our top note being slightly off from the third harmonic of our bottom note. My preferred way to smooth this out is to modify my timbre to attenuate the third harmonic. A pulse wave set to this pulse width works perfectly for this. You can also do this in piano tech by dragging this slider down. This technique in particular is useful for any tuning with fifths that sound noticeably wobbly or inaccurate to you. Some common examples are 22 EDO, 26 EDO, 27 EDO, or any multiples of 5 EDO or 7 EDO. As for applications of indirect beating, a more in-depth discussion of that would require its own video. So like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to catch the sequel to this video.